Yo, good afternoon guys. Let's see if everything is okay. I haven't checked this camera, but it seems okay. Let's get started. So, today we have a huge stack of machines from Soren, from Denmark. Let me finish the music here, and then we got that. We don't need it anymore, because there's enough sound already. Right. Good afternoon again, Mr. Walkman, good afternoon. Is it morning there? It's 3:30 here. I got a stack of a toastrack model 6K, a Spanish toastrack, a ZX80 and a ZX81 to work on. And the cool thing is that there's even a keypad included. And the question of this ZX Spectrum enthusiast from Denmark is if we can get the keypad working on a regular toastrack instead of the Spanish one. I haven't done this before, but he told me how it should work, so I just have to check if that's indeed something that's done before, and then I will do it as well. Should be easy enough, I guess. So let's get it started. And you already saw the ZX81 here. Maybe it's cool to start with. What's with the ZX81? Don't work, black screen. Well, that's the best one, because the other machines work. So I think it would be cool to actually start with the ZX81. And I don't think I got a power brick with that, but I do have a power cable at my workplace here. An adapter cable, I should say. So let me position the camera first, so we get actually to see something here. And let's zoom out a bit. Right, 8:30. It's early there. Right, let's zoom out. Yeah. So here's the ZX81. Nah, it's too much. Let's do it this way. All right. All right. Okay, so let me grab that adapter cable. I recently saw it laying around somewhere here. I don't know where, but I think I've seen it, so yeah, I think this is it. Yes. So the most high-tech adapter cable, which is this one. As you can see, it's a very easy plug. I will check the polarity just to make sure, but I think this one has been used for ZX80s and ZX81s before. So first let's open it up. Let's grab a small container so I can store all the keys and all in. And let's open it up. All right. So the rubber feet are already missing. I'm not sure if that is just because of sliding the case on desks and so, or maybe on purpose, I don't know. But this one came without, and I'm really curious how easy it will be to fix this one. So we got 3. Okay, someone was calling me, I guess. Let me check. Alright. It's an accountant office. Alright, so let's grab the board, and I don't think, or is it? I'm not sure if there's a new membrane inside here. It looks like a new one from what I can see at first glance, but let me open it up and we'll see. Okay, and now I'm doubting which screws should go in where. I think all the copper screws, or what is it, metal, should go on the bottom. Oh, should be careful. And the black screws should go in here, but okay, this seems to be I don't know, is it an original one or not? I can't tell. I think it's original, but it didn't break. So my best guess is that this has been replaced in some day, but I don't know. Let me just see if we can test it later on. Right, so this is the infamous ZX81 board with only 3 chips and RAM, and this was the board that Clive Sinclair was very proud of himself because it was such a simple design, which indeed is. I think it's the first revision, I guess, because is there no revision number on this board? I don't know. I haven't worked on many ZX81s, but the looks of the tracks make me think that this is a first revision board. It doesn't make them any much rarer because I've seen loads of these boards before. But anyway, the cool thing should be to know if this board is actually working. So first we're going to power it on and check the cable. Not in that order. Just want to make sure that we have a correct cable here before doing anything else. Then we can check 5 volts. We can check if there's a clock signal on the Z80 CPU, and we know more than we do now. Right. So this should be the positive side, and that no, I'm incorrect. This should be plus with the ZX81, and that should be the outside. Yeah, so this one should be plus. Yeah, and the pin is ground, which is correct. Right. We're going to check it again, and I can make sure of course, but I'm not doubting that because I know. But the tip should go to that pin here, and the ground is the ring of the plug. We'll check it with a power supply, but the question is how large or long this cable is. Yeah, it's long enough. Just grab it just a second. I want to get it over to that side of the desk so we can continue working on it there. I think it's long enough, yeah. Right. So we got 2 extension cables. We got a power switch, and then we have to add the ZX81 adapter, and then we can check if we got the correct voltage, which should be this way. And let me show you, of course. Why not on camera? And this is DC 9 volts. Okay, perfect. Oh, of course, next thing is to see if we get actually 5 volts here on the 7805 regulator, which is easy to find. Let me do it this way, one like there and one in here. And I want to show you the output again once I switch it on. So I have to move it there so you can see it. Yeah, just good enough. Right. Nice, we got a nice 5 volts, so that's no problem at all. 5 volts is there. Next thing to check is the clock signal of the Z80, so we know if it's actually doing something. So I'll put it to hertz. Okay, put some glue on the. Yeah, won't get the stain off, but it's glue, super glue. Right. So next thing is to check if we got a clock signal on pin 6 of the Z80. Let me see if we can do this by one hand, so I can switch it on with the other hand. It's dangerous, but I think we can manage. I think. No clock. Right, let's put up the schematic then. Let's grab the schematic. Computers. Loads of schematics here. Right, microphone is still working. So, right. This is an old one, an old schematic, very old, but it's no big deal. Let me check power. No, power wasn't the problem. The clock signal is the problem. So at pin 6 we should have a clock signal coming from an unreadable pin on the ULA chip. I can tell which pin it should be. Maybe 14. I don't know. I will check in a second. So maybe this transistor that's buffering or creating the correct clock signal for the Z80 is defective. That should be an easy check. For example, we can measure the base of the transistor and see if we got a clock signal there. But I don't know if it's the voltage is correct, good enough to actually measure. So we have to check that. We can check at the ULA chip. So there are a couple of things we can do. I could grab a oscilloscope, but first checking if there's anything on that pin would be the best. Let me check if that other clock signal has a better, just a second, a better, other schematics is better. Let me check this one maybe. Yeah, that's a lot better. So this has been redrawn. Yeah, pin 14 it is. Okay, so we'll check if there is anything on pin 14. This is a slide delay, I guess, or filter. It's a filter, okay. So let me see if we can find some clocking signal on pin 14. Otherwise the ULA chip might be dead. I'm not hoping so, but you never know. Where should the ground be? Pin 34. Let me see, and let me just put a tiny dot on it so I know which pin is pin 34 in a second. 987654, so this is 34. Okay, and that's ground, and then we need to check pin 14, which is 2014. Okay. Let's see if we can, again, it's not the easiest way to put pins on. Let me see, what is the easiest way? Maybe I can just replace this cable for a second and use a clamp instead of a pin. Could just use this one, I want it. We'll use the other one. Hey Ben, good afternoon. I need to have some more hands-free, so I'm using the other multimeter. Let me get back to the other desk here, and I will order an Elgato Stream Desk soon, because it's much easier than you doing it this way. The cable should be this way, so it will stay on the desk. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Now the question is if we can grab this pin here on the ULA chip and get the clamps in between. Yeah, I think so. This does the job quite nice. So let's see if we get a clock signal here. We got something, but it's extremely low, so I'm not sure if we can use this. I don't have a reference board at this moment, or do I? Let me check. No. I think I do have ULA chip here. Let me check. I'm not completely certain if I do. No. Nope. Only for the ZX Spectrum, not for the ZX81. Or do I have one somewhere? Let me check. Interface ULA, that's not the one we need. I wonder if I do have a ZX81 somewhere. In storage I have plenty, but I don't think I have any here. Nope, I don't think so. So we have to do it with what we have here and see if we can fix it. How is the clock signal generated? Let me check. So there's a 6.5 megahertz crystal, which is this one, and a small capacitor. Signal, the crystal's connected to ground the other side. So I'm not sure what would be the best, because I'm not even sure if we have a signal on pin 14, because it might be too low to pick up by the multimeter. So what I could do is just replace that, sorry, tier 1, this one here, and no, that's not the correct one either. Which is the correct one? It says tier 2, but I don't think there's a tier 2 on this board. I got a, oh, this is tier 2. I thought it says tier 5, but this is a tier 2. So we could replace that and see if we get a clock signal then. But not at this moment. Let me check again, just to make sure there's nothing. I did measure it correctly before or not. No. So I wonder, we could get the oscilloscope here and do a measurement, but that would be the best. What do you think, guys? Should I get the oscilloscope and show you what's on screen to find out if we have anything on the ULA chip, or should we just replace the transistor? So let's give you the choice and you say what I should do. With two options. Hey Jan, good afternoon. Tell me, what should I do? I'm checking the chat. There's always a delay, of course, but no one is saying anything yet. It'd be nice to see the before and after. On what? It's going to be the ULA. I'm hoping so, because I don't have a spare one here yet. I think we're going to replace the transistor to check it up. Show us the scope first. Okay. Okay, I will get it. Yeah, oh man, I put it in a corner. I can almost not reach it, but get out. Yeah. Hope I didn't bump the. Yep, that's okay. Oh, there's some dust in it, but we found it. All right. I need a power cable. Right. Let me just check if there's good continuity on the aluminum plate. I'll move the camera a bit in a second. Yeah, it's perfect. So we can use the aluminum plate, the cooling plate, as a... Why did that work? I don't know. That's all. Anyway, we can use it as a ground, and then put the bent pin. Why is this bent? I've never seen that. Yeah. So somehow bent the pin of this probe. I hope it's still good enough. I think so. So let me put that on pin 14 of the ULA chip. And of course we don't have power at this moment, but that's for it. We'll solve that in a second. Just want to make sure I'm not shorting anything. And let's move the camera. can't see. I can see if it's shorting or not. This should be okay. Right, let me make sure I'm using or checking the correct pin. Yeah, that should be it. Okay. I got a spare transistor already, but it's for later then. Let me grab power for the scope first. Oh, it's plugs in that way. All right. All right. So that's connected. Now let's see what we get on that pin on the ULA chip. Oh, it's completely doing nothing on that pin, which surprises me because I would expect there to be something, but nothing. Let me check. Do we have 5 volts here? Yeah, we have 5 volts, but that's not the problem here. Then the only question is, why don't we have anything on pin 14 here? Only garbage. I wonder if we can do something. There are 2 capacitors, but I don't think there's much problem with those. When it comes to the clock signal, I don't think so. Let me check if we can see anything other obvious reason. The soldering connections aren't that bad, so I don't think that is a problem. Clock input. Okay, yeah, okay. So pin 35, it's the input from the crystal, but I don't think I'm not sure if you can actually measure a lot of that at that point, but we can try. This board is so simple, you can really easily see what pin the crystal is connected to. So let's see if we can measure anything there. Pin 35. So we already know that pin 34 is ground, but let's connect the probe to pin 35 then. Okay. Nothing. Now we do have something. Something changed. What changed? Just 5 volts. Is it not oscillating maybe? It seems so. Seems we have just a stable 5 volt there, something like that. So maybe there's something wrong with either the small capacitor or the crystal itself. It's a 100 picofarads, so maybe there's a problem with that. I think I have 100 picofarad capacitors here. Yep. Brand new ones. So let's replace that first then. So let me check let me show you the schematic again. So there is a very small capacitor between the crystal and pin 35, and there is a pull down resistor to 0 volt to ground, which should be 18K. We can check that as well, but let's first replace the capacitor and see if anything changes. So these ceramic disc capacitors do not die often. There could be a problem obviously with the crystal, but I really do not suspect that much. Yeah, and the problem is I don't have 6.5 megahertz crystals here, I think. No, I do have several crystals, but I should check if there's anything in there which is the same value. Let me check. We have a 6.5 one. I have my doubts if I have one, but we can try it, of course. And still, I actually don't know if the signal should show anything from itself. Maybe only the output of the ULA chip will show something. I'm not entirely sure of that. But we can give it a try. Maybe the clock circuit is not oscillating at all, which could be caused by either the capacitor or the resistor, so that should be something to check. Alright. Still no 6.5 megahertz found here. I don't think I have one. I should have had a spare ZX81 here, but I don't have one here. Looking, I do wonder if no, I don't think I wanted to say if we just put another value, but let's just not do that. Something slightly lower maybe, but I guess we get no picture output at all, something like that. Nope, no 6.5. Loads of other types, but not the one I need. No. Right. Of course, what we can do is check if that capacitor has any capacitance left, because we can measure that, but not in the circuit. Oh, I'm not showing what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to get the capacitor out first. So it's in parallel with the crystal, of course, it's to make it oscillating. So let me get back to that one here. So I got the capacitor out, which is here, and we can do a quick check if there's any capacitance left there. So let me see what it shows up for a value. It says 0.1 nanofarad, which should be 100 picofarad, so that should be okay. What else could it be? We had a 18 kilo ohms resistor. I think we could try to check if that still has 18 kilo ohms without removing it from the circuit. Let's just do that. And that should be, is it R4? Yes. Let me check what the value is here. It says 18.01 kilo ohms, so that's not a problem at all. So at this moment I suspect the ULA chip, which we don't have another one here, which is a pity. I want to check I want to check some boxes, but I don't think I have any ZX81s here. Well, I don't think you can actually measure the output of a unbuffered crystal oscillation circuit. You really need to get some higher voltage levels. So we need the output of the ULA chip. Hence I suspect there's a problem with the ULA chip. And that's nothing I can do at this point. Let's see what the bigger, the bigger capacitors are for reset, I guess. Pin 26, yeah. And the other one is, let me check where the other one is in the circuit. So one is for reset, C5 I thought, yeah, this is a reset capacitor, and we have a C3, which should probably be in the voltage circuit. Yeah, it's in the incoming voltage, so this is for the 9 volts. Not much exciting stuff there. So at this moment I think ULA chip is not working. Maybe someone has tried wrong power supply on this board and maybe fried some parts. That could be the case. It's really hard to tell. I don't think it's really possible to measure that oscillating circuit, so we need something we need a good ULA chip, and that's a problem because I don't think I have one here. Let me think, do I not have any here? I don't have a ZX81 at all? I wonder. Let me check the boxes underneath the desk here, because I have some stuff that has been incoming for the last month, but I only see ZX Spectrums, no ZX81s. So I don't think so. So in looking into some other boxes here. Nope. I don't think I have any repairs from someone else. Check. So all my ZX81s are in storage. Yep, I don't think so. So I don't think I can do much about this board at the moment. We could still replace the transistor, because I'm even not sure if the output of the ULA chip should tell us something. But no, we did measure it with the oscilloscope, so I don't think we have as any hope of this ULA chip at this moment. So I really should dig up another ZX81 for this. I can't do anything about it. I don't like that. I really wish I had some spare ULA chip, but man, why is there nothing here? I guess I put all the spare parts for ZX81s in the box with the ZX81s. No, only issue 2 ULA chips. That's the least I have here. So I can't do anything about it at this moment. Nope. Alright, so I will put it aside. Let me just grab an anti-static bag for that. Alright, and put the screws in the bag. So I'll use them. And we'll continue with another machine. Okay. What we do have is another very nice machine here. Can you see what it is already? Okay, so we got a beautiful ZX81, sorry, ZX80 of course. And what is with this board? Let me check. So, the ZX80 starts up and works correct, but there are some extra characters in the bottom of the screen. What could that be? Could it be something with capacitors? Could it be a bad ROM or RAM chip? I really wonder. I don't know. But first, we have to get the plastic pins out carefully. It's really hard to get loose these, so I have to be careful. And I think it feels like this is a USA version. I'm not sure because it feels quite thick. Made in England. No, it's a standard UK version, but then I should be very careful with the case because it's brittle. I think we don't need to remove those two. Only the back four. Oh, no, I'm losing a part already, so let me grab it from the floor. Live streams, you know. I should be extra careful. Oh, I dropped another part. I should be extra careful, but maybe I should not say that because every time I say it I lose some part. Well, left suits this machine, and most often these are in lots of people. But alright. Oh, of course I should get the blacks out as well because it's the circuit board. Nice. Looks really lovely. It's in good shape. I'm checking, okay, this one also has the original capacitor, but it's only one to replace. Oh yeah. Here's the memory. I was looking for the memory chips. I don't think I have worked on many ZX80s. I actually repaired them. I've used some, but not that many were not working, so. Okay. Oh, there are more pins. Keep the board in the case. I wonder if these come out or not. And they do, so you have to be careful not to lose them. How many are in here? 3, okay, 3 holes, 3 pins, okay, nice. Okay. That's a ZX80 board, and we need to test it on the CRT because this board just has a antenna output, no composite video, and we will not modify it, we will leave it in this shape. So maybe there's something wrong with the RAM chips. I think these are, no, I don't know. These are two 114s. I wonder if I have spares of these, but we'll check that later because I have a stack of rare RAM chips. I think this is an original ZX80 ROM. I'm not sure, I have to check. But many of these have been replaced by ZX81. Or is this ZX81 overlay already? Let me check. Yeah, this is ZX81 version. So I guess the ROM's also yeah, this must be ZX81 ROM as well. How can we check that? Well, let's see. One of the differences is the P key. It had the double quotes and now should have a star instead, so we can check that in a second with the shift key. But first we have to power it on and see what it does. Nice. So let's move over to the other side with the CRT TV here. Right. I don't want to scratch my table here. Let me see what I have for that. And we need to move the power supply in some way. Yeah, this is the power input, so that's important, of course. And let me get this cable first. This is a tape cable. I picked a tape cable for some reason, but this is an antenna cable. I have absolutely no idea which channel on this TV will work with this ZX80 board. We have to see about that. Right. I just improved the remote control a bit by scrubbing a bit with the pencil on the contacts, so it easily goes on and off now. Right. Now for power. I just put the television on. This television is not perfect. It has some flaws, but I hope it will do well enough for this testing here. So power is enabled. Let's see if there's any channel already picking up the signal. I don't think so. I think we have to search for it. I have no idea which key to push. You can see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see it. So which should I push here? Ah, okay. Is it searching now? I think so. Okay, this doesn't work. I think the keys of this remote, I didn't scrub these ones, so maybe, no. I don't know, which key should I push? I have no idea. Are these keys actually working? Let me check that with the camera so I can see. Yeah, these keys are working, so that's not a big deal, no problem here. Okay, but I don't know which buttons I have to push to get this working. Should I hold it? Let's do nothing. Yeah, the machine is powered on, I can see it. But how does this work with this television? Ah, manual, okay. Okay, manual then. Ah, okay, now it's searching, I think. Yeah, that's searching. Nice. We should have UHF. I think it's looking for VHF now, so let me just get to the other band. I don't think I have a button for that, so we just have to wait. We're at UHF now, so should find it in a second. I'm not sure how it will store, so that's one thing I don't know. Will it store automatically? I have no idea. coming up. Yeah, are we there yet? Almost, I think. Oh. Oh, that was clear, I think. Almost. Did we miss it, or? I don't think it automatically, no. It doesn't fine tune, so. I think we should get back. The good old days. I think we're too high now. I think we should get back to the lower UHF. Okay, let's do that. So there's no store button on this remote control. I have no idea how to store it. We're getting close. No, it's an auto again. Why? I'm not sure if this is correct, the correct one, but I think not. Hard to tell. Buttons are bad. So I wonder if we already passed by the correct channel. It's hard to tell. I haven't used this television much, so it's have to know how to push, what button to push. I don't know exactly. So here we have something with a black background, but I'm not sure if it should be black and white or white and black. I forgot. I think it's black and white with ZX81. So I think the other one was better, but it wasn't perfect. It was about here. auto it doesn't do anything. I cannot search in auto mode, so I don't know what it doesn't do what I want. So is this it? About here. Why isn't doing anything? That's so hard. Okay, get back. The keys are not working properly, I think. That's really hard to find. I think it's here, but this must be it. But why is it so bad? I don't know. Maybe it's the cable. Maybe it's television. Maybe I should get another machine to test this properly. I don't have any clue. But if we have a proper picture output, that would be good enough for me. We're getting too high again, I think. So it's somewhere around there. I really don't know how to automatically look for the best channel on this television. I could use an LCD, of course, but sometimes the signal won't be picked up, so hence I would prefer to use the CRT. I think this is about it, but I'm not sure. What happens if I put an auto now? What happens then? Okay. Okay, this does work. You can see the screen flashing as well. So what happens if I do this? It does save the channel, but I really hope I can get a better picture quality. Should I try another antenna cable maybe? I have more. Let me check. Sorry. Alright. Let me grab another cable. Right, this is a nice one. Let me check the chat in the meantime because I've was looking the other side all the time. All right, let me see. Jin, Luigi, good afternoon. Patrick, David. Yeah, I did manual tuning, so that should be it. And this doesn't show the exact channel, so it's really hard to know. If it's anywhere close channel 36, which it should be. It's an old version of the modulator, by the way. This doesn't have the screw on it. So let's first power it off and see if another cable helps or not. I don't think so, but you never know. Sad, it could be the TV itself that's bad. Doesn't help at all. Flickers a lot, that's the only thing that changed. So you can see something here, but this is not the correct channel, I would say. Is there a better channel maybe? I don't think so. long as we can see something, I'm happy. So I'm not sure which channel is the best one. Can get proper output. So I would like to know if maybe it's a television. I don't think so, it shouldn't work. I've used this television before, but I think I mainly use the composite video input. I could still try the other LCD here. Maybe that's good to give it a try. No, there's nothing here. So I don't think this will get any better. And I still can't see clearly if there's anything wrong as described. So I just want to get a better picture quality first. Maybe I can do a temporary composite video modification. That could be an idea. And give it a try. But this is the best I can get. Otherwise, it's more. This seems to be something around here, but I can't get a clear picture. Too bad. I don't have any other CRTs here, so I think it would be a good idea to try it on the LCD to start with. So let me grab the other cable again. Where did I leave it? Right. And I don't think I've used antenna on that television, so that would be interesting to see what happens. Let's get over to that corner now and see what we can achieve here. Where is the antenna input? It's hiding. It's hiding from me. It doesn't want to be used. Right. Let's see if we can get a better picture on this very modern television, which wasn't born when the ZX80 came alive. Let's see. Right, I haven't powered it on yet, so we'll do that in a second. Let me check the chats first. Do we have a separate fine-tune option? No, it's a simple television. Composite cable with flaps, good idea. Could be nice. Was there a U1? Or I don't know, let me check. I think U2 came directly after VHF, so let me check for a second if there's a U1. Maybe you could be right. On the CRT then, of course. No, VHF PH2 and then U2. There's no U1. So odd. Manual tuning doesn't work at all, so I have no idea how this should exactly work. But anyway, I will not work on that anymore. Let me check if we can get it alive on a modern TV. I don't know what C or S means. I have no idea. Is there a... Should just put it on auto? I don't think that will work, but let's try this then. What did you say, guys? 36? But it only says C or S, so I have no idea if this is any good. What you were talking about channels. Oh, look. Wow. There it is. Lots of noise. I will put down the audio completely. Can we get it even better than this maybe? So some modern TVs just work fine with ZX80, as you can see. Can we improve it? Okay. I don't think so. But what we can do is up the brightness a bit. Or a lot maybe. But we have a cool picture. That's very nice already. I think contrast won't get any better, but we can up this a bit. Yeah, it's a lot more light. Okay, we got a prompt, which is good. I don't think this will get much better. Sharpness already on maximum. Will it get better if I lower it? I don't know. It gets slightly better, I think. So we'll down the sharpest a bit, and we don't need color. So, all right. Okay. P. Robot. Okay. So is this a star? Yes, this is a star. So it's a ZX81 ROM. And he was telling me that there were extra characters. I don't think this should happen. So what is it doing? Why does it say? I don't know. Let me check. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, this worked. Oh, print is here, of course. Right. Where are the double quotes here? So I can't reproduce yet what he was talking about. This just seems to work fine. Yeah, that's okay. So what is he talking about? I don't know. Eureka! Right. He says it starts up and works correct, but there are some extra characters in the bottom of the screen. I don't know. I can't see anything that he's talking about yet. So I don't know. Maybe just make a photo, some photos, and send it to him, and ask what he means. So until now, I have no idea. Maybe it's power supply related, because I don't have a power supply from him here. Let me send it to him and ask what he means. Maybe he will reply immediately. You never know. It looks okay indeed, yeah. That's what I think. Okay. Okay, let me get those two photos. Photos, yes. 1 and 2. And let me just mail to him, and we can continue with the next machine. It's just lovely to work on a ZX80 anyway, so it's not really a big deal if it's not if it's working, if there's no problem, because I just like working on these old machines. So, but it would be good if I can reproduce his problem that he has. Right. Okay, so almost sending him the two photos so he can respond to that. So, mail has been sent. I think we should go on with the next machine then. I do love the picture output, and always these LCDs show blue, but they are white in real life, which is caused by the blue LEDs, of course, which to the eye seem white, but on camera they show their real color. Okay, so let's power that off. I can't reproduce anything at this moment. I'm glad that we can use the LCD TV for antenna tests, so that's good. Let me just move this aside as well, very carefully, and I will put it in its original case, but I will keep the screws out, or the pins out for now. I don't want to make any damage to that. And then we'll go to one of the toastracks. I'm going to grab some new bubble foil to protect the ZX80. Put a rubber band on it and get the next machine going. So I'm looking forward to his reply to know what the problem should be with the ZX80. But in the meantime, let's get to the next one. The next one is so what's in here? What do you think? I think you can see it from the cable already. We recognize this. It's clear, of course. It's a keypad. I haven't had many in my hands in my life so far. This might be the second or the third one, I don't know, because these are quite rare. Not many have been made. I'm not even sure if Sinclair sold them themselves, because these were bundled with the Spanish version of the ZX Spectrum from Investornica. Ooh, it feels nice. Cool. So this is an original one. Looks like a calculator. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. And I've seen someone building a replica based on Arduino, I think, which is cool because the data is sent by serial data, serial port. So it's not that easy to replicate. And we got two toastracks here. I hope I got the UK version now, because that's what we want to get the keypad working on. But it's hard to tell here. Yeah, this is the English one, okay. Alright. So let's do a quick test first. I have RGB here, so let's... Oh no, this is composite out, but I think it should work. Why does this not work? I don't know. Alright. So let's get to external input, and then we can use... Oh yeah, indeed, I can use RGB and... sorry, composite video on the RGB port, and this is just composite video, obviously. Power cable is tangled up with the antenna cable, but that's out of the way now. So as you can see, I moved some stuff here, so the pick and place machine moved to the right. So I have more space for this test corner, which saves me a lot of floor space actually. Alright, this should work. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Again, it's quite blue on the camera, but in real it's just white, so no problem at all. Nice, this works just fine. Now we need to know what we should do to get the keypad working. He told me already that it's a matter of adding or replacing a transistor, but I want to see if we can find a website that confirms that is the only thing that needs to be changed. So let me check that. Making a keypad work on UK ZX Spectrum toastrack. No hits yet, or not for this specific question, but fixing keypad issues on a issue 6K. Oh well, we have a complete web page specifically for this, which is great. This is from spectrumforeveryone.com. Cookies. Nice. Okay. Despite being bundled with the Spanish version of the 128, they were never offered for sale in the UK. So, yeah. So this confirms what I said. Just said. The machine was released in '86, and the keypad was advertised but never sold in the UK. It seems they were sold with a Spanish version of the toastrack, but not separately. To speculate why this happened, first we need to take a look at the hardware. The first UK PCB version was issue 6K, okay. And in this version there was an incorrect resistor value in the circuit. Well, we have a 6K here, that's what Soren told me. Okay, this board has been refurbished, it looks quite nice with VSA capacitors, I guess. It seems so. Nice job. And the incorrect resistor value in the circuit that supplies the VCC 5V line to the line driver IC, the 1488, which handles the serial and keypad ports on the 128. Okay. This meant that the 4088 was not getting proper power, proper supply voltage, preventing a keypad from communicating properly with the machine. Alright. This was fixed in the 6U revision. It's the most common version of the 128. And knowing what the issue is and how it was fixed in the 6U, it's a simply matter of replacing our 137 with a 15 ohm resistor. I guess it's not a big value at this moment already. It's hard to tell from the picture. Yellow, which is yellow. 47 or something like that. Is it violet? Yeah, so I think it's a 47 ohm resistor. Yeah, 47, and it should be a 15 ohms. So we'll grab the 15 ohm cap in here. And let's just do that then. Right. Should we test it now? I don't think it will work, so I will. Well, let's give it a try. But he must have tried this himself, obviously. From reading from the experience, it shouldn't do any bad. I think I should power it up first. So, all right. Calculator. Okay, at this moment it does nothing. Oh, it does something. Look. But no, oh, it does do some numbers. Hey, now it works. That's odd. Okay, so maybe it didn't work in the beginning because of the incorrect power supply values, but it does work now, so that's okay. But I guess it's the problem is that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let me just see if it does anything in normal basic. No, it does all kinds of things, but I think this was made only for the calculator, so again, it does work already, so okay, but I guess it doesn't work always, so let's replace the value then, see if it's not already a 15 ohm in here. Nice. Am I going to do these by hand? I lost the screwdriver this week, so I'm not sure where it is. I'll find it back again. I'm sure of that. I also don't know if this machine has been refurbished already. There is a label on it, but it has been peeled. So I'm not sure if that's a recent job. Warranty protection, do not remove. It seems like quite a new label, but I've never seen one before like this. But I guess we can just put it carefully. All right. Yeah, he's peeled off the label already himself. So the machine has been opened, but I need to, no, I don't need to remove it any further. This is okay. There's a relatively, no, I think there's an original membrane, but so I need to be careful. And I already see the 47 ohms resistor in there. Let me show you. So it's in here, and we should replace that by a 15 ohms one. I'm going to do that from the top. Shouldn't be too difficult. Without getting the board out, it should be okay. Very nice machine. I don't trust this not having a label, so I'll add something to it. Make sure that the ROM is not being erased accidentally by light, sunlight mainly, UV light. So I got these black labels that I put on holes of aprons. Right. You could just add a resistor to get about 15 ohms, but that's not that nice, so we'll do it properly by removing this one. Right. Let's shorten the legs a bit, so it will just get on the board and we don't need to cut it underneath the board. So, brown, green, black, 15 ohms. I do wonder if we can actually check indeed if the later toastracks have a 15 ohm resistor there. So the website said that that should be the case. So let's grab a toast rack and see if that's indeed the case, because I'm curious. Let's take a look. And indeed, there's a 15 ohm in this board here. This is a 6U. Interesting. Oh, one of the wheels of this crate is damaged, I think. Not for this time. Right, so that's a simple fix. But I see something else, that this board has its original capacitors. So I will suggest to replace those to Soren as well. Let's send him a quick second mail and ask him if he wants that, and maybe the Spanish one as well. And he was talking about antenna flickering, so RF output. We'll try that in a second. That could be caused by original capacitors. So I think we should replace them. Let me send him an email just to make sure. Has he replied already? No, not yet. Just a second. Where did I leave that? Page about the keypad resistor. Yes, this one here. Right. Okay. Are those red lag springs original? Yes, with those racks many have the red springs. The colors are a bit over how do you call it? Amplified. So they look a little less red in real life, but they're really red, yes. And I've printed loads of them, not the red ones, but I can print the red ones nowadays. But I created my own design for these springs. So if I don't have enough, I can use these replacements, and these work fine. I print these in two parts. So there's actually a hole inside for the top part, which is printed on its side to fit in exactly in that hole. But these are quite good because they're maybe you can see it. They're flexible and durable, so that's good. And this was even with when I just had a printer, the 3D printer, so over something like a year ago. And nowadays I print them a lot better quality. So these are old prints, but anyway, they work just fine. Just wanted to talk about it. So I will keep this one open because I want to know if he wants to have new capacitors. I guess so. But the first thing he asked was about the antenna output, which we'll test in a second, and Oh, I see something interesting. And also the keypad, of course. And what I see is that in this board there is a modification for composite video output here. This detaches the audio from the composite video and reroutes it so that it will go to the RF antenna output. So you still have audio on the antenna output, but don't have distortion in your picture because of the sound. So this is an easy modification with a simple wire. And I wonder if I did that for him earlier on. So maybe I've worked on this machine before, a couple of years ago, and back then the capacitors were good enough. They're still good enough, but I would advise to replace them anyway, because these are 30-year-old capacitors. That's something that's not the best to keep in, so I would suggest to replace them. Anyway, let's test the keypad again to make sure it's still working, and then check the antenna output. All right. I need some more space. I can barely move here because I put the extra desk right next to me. All right. First, that's so what I was just talking about is the reason that we get very clear composite video output, which is not standard. So this is a really good quality composite video. Normally you see all kinds of distortion in the picture, but with the modification it's clear video output. And of course composite video will have these yellowing and blue shadows around edges, but it's what you get with composite video. I don't mind at all, but many people want better picture quality, so they use an RGB cable or a ZX80 obviously. Alright, let's see. We need a keyboard. It would be nice, which we can plug in without powering off the machine. That's no big deal. But I'm not sure if it's wise to unplug or plug in the keypad while the machine is powered on. So calculator. I don't have any sound here, so let's put this one in here in the mic output. Still no sound. Still no sound. Why no sound? Why I do not have any sound? That's odd. Maybe it's the SCART adapter. Now it works. Okay. Good. Oh, I'm in the calculator. I'm trying the bip command in the calculator. Good work, Ben. Right. Oh, you cannot see what I'm doing here. So this works completely fine. I've never used this. I don't think I've used it. I think I've touched keypads, but I've never used one. So let's see what it does. 1 plus 1. Wow, cool. 4 times 4 is 16. It works as well. What else do we have here? 8 divided by 2. Nice. And there are some other keys which I have no idea how to use. So I see cursor keys. Will those work in normal basic then maybe? Let's check. Let's see if it works in 48 basic. Doesn't do anything in 48 basic, which doesn't surprise me because this actually needs run routines to work. So 128 basic, I guess it will work. Yeah. Okay. So you can use the cursor keys. So the red arrow keys here on the buttons. Oh, it's hard to see. Sorry. So that works as cursor keys, and okay, we can do a forward delete. That's nice, and we can do a backspace. Cool, I've never seen that. What else do we have? We can go to the beginning of the line and the end of the line. Nice, I've never seen that. Let's do something again. Okay. Yeah, we can. Oh, we can go one. We can get one word. We can go one word back and forward. We can go to the beginning of the line and the end of the line. Nice. We can go on top of the page. Cool. What's cambio? I don't know. Enter is just enter. Okay. Oh, whoa. I've never seen this. So this is special edit mode, I think. I don't think that's... Huh? What just happened? Okay. What is this? What sorcery is this? Has anyone seen this before? This is completely different way of what? Of editing. I've never seen this. Wow. Have you ever seen this? Can you get to this mode in another way? I've never seen this before. I don't think there is a key on the normal keyboard to get to this mode. Cool. Now what is command? Okay, this is just the options menu. I think it's edit. That's cool. Nice. You can go to the last or the first line. Yes. Nice. So I think I like this. Some new features I've never seen before, which is cool. So it works. I will keep it this way because I don't know if we want to do anything else. The next thing we're going to check is the RF output. Let me check the chat if anyone has seen that mode before. No one is talking about that, but we'll see that maybe later in the chat or in the description, the replies to the video. We'll see. Really cool original keypad. I think there is a membrane in the keypad, which makes it really fragile, obviously. So I have no idea if the quality of the membrane is the same quality as of the original as toastrack membranes. I hope it's better, because obviously those are very old, brittle. So original ones then. Let me get to television again. Oh, and we have to put the sound down because... Oh, no sound yet. Right. Nice. Okay. This works. And it works fine. So, what is the problem? We even have sound. Okay. Let me see. I wonder if this will get much better in any way. I don't think so. Is there a problem with... what did you say? Let me check. No, the number keypad won't work on a Harlequin 128. You need a couple of extra chips, and I don't think there is a version, or is there? Was there a version of Harlequin that supports keypad? Well, I think there is a version that has a serial port, but I'm not sure if that will work with the keypad. You can change the editor mode, edit key, I think. Well, I think you just get the option menu. Maybe shift edit or something, I don't know. I wonder. Okay, what's with the UK toastrack? It said RF antenna signal flickering. At this moment I can't reproduce that, so I don't know. Again, maybe it's power supply related. Maybe it's the antenna cable that he's using. It's really hard to tell. But this looks fine to me so far. Let's do some things with border coils and so, you know. Oh. Alright. I think the picture quality is fine for an antenna. Well, there is some flickering. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's really not that bad, and I don't think you can see it on camera. It's really barely noticeable, so I wonder. Oh, the screen option in the edit menu. I've never checked it out, so I really wonder, Robert, if why I have never seen it before. Anyway, oh yeah, of course, the serial ports are from the pins from the AY chip. So yeah, in theory, yes, but I don't think they're maybe Don Superfo has thought of that. Well, what would I do with this? Let's make a quick video for him on my phone, so I can send the video to him. Of course, you can watch this video, but video. Alright. Hey Soren, I'm making this video of your UK toast rack. Just wanted to ask you if you can describe what you mean with screen flickering, because with this LCD TV I can't see any flickering. I'm bumping the case a bit, but there's nothing, just some slight interference, but I think that's related to the RF signal. But I'm not sure if this will get much better with for example replacing the capacitors. Maybe it will, because you can see there's some distortion that might get better with new capacitors. But so let me know if the problem was worse when you tested it. I just want to know if I need to do some other tests. So this is just a simple basic program to see if we can reproduce the issue that you're describing. And at this moment I'm putting the antenna cable now, so you see some change in picture, but I cannot reproduce heavy screen flickering or something, so I wonder. Let me know. Right. Now I don't know how I can actually do something with this video that I just made. Maybe I can just upload it to YouTube. It would be the easiest. And of course I will only allow him to watch it in videos. Right. Upload video. Hey, I got a reply. That's good. I got a reply about the ZX80, which I will discuss in a second. Okay. So I think that the problem is related to his CRT TV is using, because I cannot really get the same problem on my LCD. I will try it on the CRT as well in a second. Um, all right. Okay. So. Yeah, he's using a CRT, so I do wonder. Well, we got some picture output on the CRT, and I didn't see any strange characters on the bottom of the screen there, so I think it's related to his TV then. That's my best guess. Let me send this to him. Why is there a Google Drive pop-up? All right. Okay. So let's connect the toast rack to the CRT TV then and see what happens. All right. Let's just pull the cable from here and put it in the other TV. I think that's good enough for now. Which cable was it? This one, I think. Yeah, right. Snow. The machine is still powered on. And let's put it here. Okay. I was hoping I would have had a channel that was tuned already, but I don't think so. So let's tune it in again. All the incredibly bad system here. Okay, or I should hold the key here. Right, we'll wait. We'll find it. It is cool using CRTs again. And there it is. Okay, nice. I really love this television. It's so small, it just looks perfect. But we have some. No, we don't have flickering. Only when I touch the keys on the remote, it flickers a bit. This is insanely stable, the picture output. Yeah, of course the camera doesn't show because there's an interference with scanning, but it's quite clear picture, and I don't see anything wrong here. Maybe it would be an idea to show you it through my camera, because then it's more stable. It's a trick, and again this webcam doesn't pick up the colors perfectly, but you get the idea. and there seems to be some flickering, but it's really on the smartphone video capture only. It's not on the television itself. Television is just completely stable. So I can't reproduce it. That's a pity. So we'll get to the next machine then, to the Spanish toast rack, and see what that does. Because I cannot do anything with this. Let's get to the other one. Okay, let me get the correct set of screws and put it in the case here, so we'll not lose it. Alright, next machine. Yeah, it's the camera, so the output is just perfectly fine. The camera doesn't pick it up. It's a simple webcam, so it is a 2K webcam, but it's not a one that I can change the, what do you call it, the, oh, I forgot the name. I cannot sync it to the display. Anyway, alright, so here we have a Spanish toast rack, which is different. Got a white logo, got the odd keys, if you ask me. Got the inverse video color here, and of course some things like the rotated question mark and other Spanish words, which is really cool. Alright, there's no need of opening this because at this moment I don't think there's something to check inside, so what we will do is check it out on the CRT again. And for that we need power and antenna. Right, and again, no flickering at all. Yeah, of course what you see in the camera is the interlacing, but nothing wrong here. It's just perfect output. So I guess there's a problem with this setup or his CRT then, but this looks just great. Let me make a simple video, simple program as well. The membrane is working just fine. Oh. The basic is so different. Oh, typo. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Oh, the camera's not completely aimed at there. It's just moved automatically. Anyway, should I zoom in a bit maybe? Let me see if that's easy to achieve. Yeah, that's easy enough. I cannot zoom in any further, but you can see what I'm doing. Oh. Nice. Okay, this is CRT. No, this is basic related, I guess, because it's the same program as I did a second ago, and for some reason it doesn't work exactly the same. So let me just move a couple of borders here and see if that makes a difference. Yeah. Okay, so interesting. So the basic is slower, it seems. Hence the size of the border effects is thicker, so it can show less before it's at the end of the screen. So this is even too much. Let's delete magenta. I think this should work. Yeah, okay. So this is stable, as you can see. Oh. It's really odd. Okay. This is. I think this is a basic issue. So the flickering you see is sometimes it takes even more time. So everything is shifted down, but that's something that's related to this basic version. I think if we get to 48 basic, you don't have that issue. Oh, so you can see here this is the original 48 basic, but in the 128 basic on the Infostronic and the Spanish spectrum is different. As you can see, it's slower. So I think I prefer the UK basic. 128 basic. Anyway, this works just fine, and the flickering is not you can't see it on the real television. So it's the same, and there's nothing I can change or improve. I can obviously replace the capacitors, but I don't think this is related to the machine itself. What he describes as flickering. I think it's related to either his CRT TV is using or display, or maybe the power supply, because I don't have any power supplies from him here. But I cannot imagine that it's related to a power supply. I think it's related to his television. So cannot do anything about it at this moment. But of course I can suggest to replace the capacitors. Okay. He asks me in email if we can change a chip that causes a snow bug in a 6K. I don't know about it, so I have to check it. Spanish basic milk is siesta, yeah. Cool. Alright, so he asked me if I can check the TV fix. Well, that did not work. Yeah, he's asking me a couple of things that I don't understand completely, so I have to check that. But as far as I can see, there's just something wrong with his television, CRT, so I don't know what I can do about it. I just would recommend to replace the capacitors. And I think that's about it for his machines. So we'll continue emailing with him and create a complete list of what I can do. But I really would want to know what could be the cause of the flickering on his CRT, and I think it's something related to his television. So we'll ask him later on. There's not much I can do about it right now. What I can do is see what else we can do for repairs, because I like that, but not from Sorenden, maybe from someone else. Let's see what else we have. Let's put this carefully in this box. So he did send me some RGB cables, but he didn't ask me to use those for testing, and he did ask me to check for the antenna issues. So I'm carefully stacking up the stuff here without damaging it. And we can grab another repair. I think I got half an hour left or so before dinner. So why not? Well, it was nice to take a look at this. So we'll see later. Let's put this here, and I think I got all this stuff back in the box at this moment. Yeah, I think so. What else do we have? Well, I have a stack. Let me check, where did I leave that? I've got some boxes there, and I got loads of stuff here. What's with this one? This is a repair, but I'm not sure what needs to be repaired here. I want a real challenge. Give me a real challenge. Alright. Ah, this is a nice challenge. This is a toastrack board that needs to be refurbished. And let me just remove the address and name of this guy. He's from Sweden. I don't want to show that. It's just the standard refurbishment service. I will open the box because his name is on here as well, and then we can show you what I'm doing. What kind of box is this? Can I just cut in this or not? Yeah. So he sent me, I think, only the circuit board of a toastrack. I guess it will be a 6U. And now I can show you what I'm actually doing here, because I don't think there will be any more address and details in here. Maybe a letter. Let's zoom out. Oh. All right. Lots of cool stuff to work on. Looks like a shoebox. No address details to be shown yet. There's a letter on the bottom of the door box, so maybe I got it upside down, I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, here's some details of him, so I will just read the letter, what I can read in a second. Let's open up this bag here and get the board out. So there are no screws here yet, maybe from, I don't know, I don't think there's screws in here. This is just the board. Some people do pack stuff too well. Look at how much I have to open before I can reach the board itself. Hey Wayne, good afternoon, man. I'm sorry I forgot to shout out, Nuno, your name. Thanks for being here. So if you send something to me, I don't mind if you carefully pack it, but don't use too much tape, please, because it doesn't do anything other than taking time to work on your machine. Oh, there's another. Okay, there's more. I have no idea how this is put together. There's more tape in here, and this just sticks to each other. That's not a problem. We got a heatsink. Look at how much I have to get off from here. Anyway, how can I open this? I think I can open it from the side, maybe. Carefully. And even more bubble foil inside. The best way is just adding some anti-static material, like an anti-static bag or something. That would be the best to make sure nothing will get damaged. So what falls on the floor is the stereo kit that I seem to have sold him, and I guess he wants to have that added to the board. I'll check that later on. This is a 6U indeed, so with the 15 ohm resistor for the keypad. Anyway, it has all its original capacitors, so those will be replaced because he just ordered the standard refurbishment service. The history of my problems is that when I tried to improve sound of my toast rack with the stereo kit that I purchased, I shortened the pins while soldering. Oh, I probably killed the AY chip. Okay, we have to check that. I have some new spare, so that's not a big deal. From now on the screen shows the garbage, and I'm not sure why the problem with the sound chip should be affecting the picture. Okay, so we have to do a quick test in a second and see and find out what is actually damaged. We'll use the diagnostic cartridge for that. I'm sending the stereo kit. What I know is that the sound was getting through when I was testing through the ZX diag. Okay, so please test if the stereo kit's still working. Well, there's not much except for some analog parts on this, so this can't be damaged at all. I've recapped it. I have recapped it. I thought these are original. Oh no, indeed. Oh, he already replaced the capacitors. Okay. Oh, I thought those were original, but he did a good job with that because he fooled me in thinking these were the original capacitors, which is good. Okay. Doesn't seem to be bad in any way. Just checking for polarity quickly. I think all capacitors are soldered on correctly, as far as I can see. I'm not sure about the quality of these capacitors because I can't see any branding. So I'm afraid these are cheaper capacitors, which I would never recommend for a delicate machine like this. I would recommend top grade capacitors for that. But anyway, maybe I will replace them again. We'll see. What else did he ask me? He said IC10 memory chip was dead. Okay, we'll see about that. Test all the chips and they're okay. Oh, okay, he replaced some of these chips already, and one of them should be bad. That's what the diagnostic cartridge says. So I wonder what could be damaged then. He thinks the problem has to do with the sound chip. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. We can easily get it out. It doesn't. The machine will function without the AY chip. Okay, well, that's about what he is asking. So there is a fault with this machine, and we need to figure it out. Let's get over to the LCD here and see if we can reproduce the error. Check which color should go to which pin of the 7805. The voltage regulator, AliExpress capacitors. Well, here it looks like not the best quality capacitor, so I think it's wise to replace them with the top quality ones. Oh. And that's included with the service he ordered, so that's no big deal. We'll do that anyway. Let me check the incoming voltage. Which pin is that? It's the blue one, so blue one is 9 volts and the red one should be 5. We can check it on a logic chip like this. No, this one here. And indeed, red is 5 volts, so let's connect it correctly to the voltage regulator, which is really important, obviously. Right, so I don't have a keyboard here at this moment. We'll grab one in a second. But first let's do a quick test and see the initial situation with this board. Okay, garbage. Right. So for that we're going to use the die card. The small machine here is the quite slow for the working Windows 7 machine, for the pick and place machine. So this is a standalone machine because I do not trust the software from China when I connect the machine to my network. So it's just the machine with a small switch on it, or a hub, I think it's an old hub, that only connects to the pick and place machine. Anyway, okay, don't have any sound because we didn't put the cable in, but the die card is running. So we can see if we get the same error. So there's no short at this moment anywhere because there's no ROM. Oh, okay. So we have a ROM problem, I guess. Let's grab a keyboard. This is quite rare, but I think then the ROM is damaged. But I will, if so, I will replace it with a EEPROM because for a damaged ROM, we have the original here, so we can burn a proper ROM for it. Okay. I didn't press the key, did I? Okay. Let's see. So this keyboard is it has really cherry red switches, which is cool. We have a 2, and there's some felt underneath the keyboard, so I can just put it on top of the main board. I don't have that much space here, so hence I have to do it this way. I don't get any RAM errors, so I guess indeed the ROM is faulty, and so my best guess is that with the short that was created on the AY chip, and somehow the ROM chip has been corrupted, so we will get that out, I think. But this seems fine to me. But we cannot read the ROM contents. And the question I have would be why he didn't notice this with his die card. So I need to ask him, maybe before I do anything. Although it cannot do any harm by putting in the replacement ROM. But so far that's the only thing I can really see here. So I wonder what he got on his. Let me see if I can quickly make a photo of the screen here. What he did differently than I am doing here. Let me send him this photo. Right. Hey Henk. Maybe I would have guessed it this time. You know, if you train me on recognizing who is in the chat, then maybe I will recognize it in the end. So maybe you didn't have to do that. All right. Okay, I've got about 20 minutes before dinner, so we can do some things. What I wanted to do is get this picture sent over to. Hey, okay. Of course, it's not paging in the Spectrum ROM. Sending this picture to Gina Dai from Sweden. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So you got a beautiful. Oh, the photo's not that good. Oh, of course, Unrainer. I was mistaken. Unrainer is obviously needed with toastracks as well. I will do that. Okay, the photo's not that good, but I will just send him in. There's no big deal. I just need to ask him why he did get another result with his die card than I am getting. Of course, we can give it another try, but it really seems that this ROM is corrupted. Okay. Okay, let me send the email to Gina Dai. Where is the folder with his emails? Here it is. I know this is boring, but I think it's good to get this email out so we can continue with other stuff. Laptop is taking off, it sounds like that. Let me see, where did I start with his board? I think around here. It doesn't say how to do it. It's really hard, so I have to calculate. So it's after 2 hours. All right. Okay. Now grab that picture and send it to him. But you said you wrote you got a memory error. Maybe, I don't know, the error that he got, I can explain the error he got because it could still be the case if the ROM is actually putting up one or more pin signals, address or data lines to 5 volts or ground, so shorted, then it could show up as an error with a RAM signal, RAM line. But then I guess he's not using. Oh, he was testing through the ZX diag. Maybe he's talking about the standard build-in test? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see if we can reproduce a build-in test. You can really see there's a problem with the ROM here. No, there's no build-in test with the toastracks. So I cannot reproduce this. So anyway, what diag tool did you use with that? Alright, so that mail can go out. Wayne, thank you a lot again, as always. Really happy with your support. Right. Okay, so what I will do now is remove the ROM chip. Oh, I'm bumping the camera as always. Maybe I should buy a mount for the camera, so I can put it somewhere. I don't know. But I wonder if I mount the camera to the desk, if it will not show any movement because of all the fans that are blowing, you know? Okay. So what we will do is first see if the ROM is okay or not by actually removing it and putting in something else. See if I can have a spare ROM here. So this is the wrong one and this one. got one. And I think these are pin compatible. Let me check in a second if I can just swap in that ROM once I got a socket on the board. Let me check. So what I need is the exact part number of this EPROM, which is a 27C256B, and I need a schematic of a toast rack. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to compare those two. Now let's get a data sheet from that EPROM type. All right. So, left is the toast rack schematic, and I want to know if this is completely pin compatible. So on pin 1 there's the programming voltage pin, which is connected to 5 volts on the toast rack, which is fine. So if you put it at 12 volts it will start writing the contents of the ROM. Pin 2 is a 12, yes. Pin 28 is VCC, which is always 5 volts, and pin 27 is a 14. 27, yes. Okay, so I think it's completely pin compatible. Can't see anything wrong with that. So we can indeed just put a socket in and test a EPROM, which I have one ready here for replacement. And later I will put in VISA capacitors. Too bad to need to discard an original ROM, but maybe it's not the fault of this board, but I think it is. We'll see. I don't like this tool, I want the other one. It went quite quickly. Seems quite nice. Yeah, perfect. I think this is an easy one to get out. Almost out. Yeah, you're right, Wayne. But the question is, if you don't have the distortion of vibrance from machines that are powered on, you know. Oh. One pin is not completely done yet. It is now. Okay. Let's do a quick check if we didn't damage anything. No, it's perfect. I think we will see live coming out of this machine in about a minute or so, because we're almost done with plugging in the socket. I always clean the flux remains of the solder with IPA, but not now. Just want to make sure the board is working, so we'll take a quick look if I'm not creating any shorts. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough for testing. So we have a chip that is pin compatible, and I think this will just work. So let's get back to the test corner here and see if we can get it working. Well, some boards are okay to work on, but some are harder. Blue was 9, red was 5 volts. And I guess we will have a booting machine now. No, we don't. Okay, what's up? Let's see. Why is the board still not working correctly? So something else seems to be wrong still. Oh, I touched something. Let's see what it says about ROM. Oh, no, maybe this is just dirty edge connector, so maybe you should give it a clean first. I can do that. We have IPA for that. Liters and liters. Not that much dirt coming off, but that's my best guess for this odd behavior. Let's see if we can run a test now. If we still have the same issue, then maybe it's good to indeed remove the AY chip and see if that... no, we get strange things again. Maybe that's because the ROM is not working properly. I don't know. So let me check for a second, because we have also two enable lines. Are those the same on those two kinds of ROM chips? We have an output enable. Let me show you. I didn't check that, but on pin 22 we have an output enable, and on pin 20 we have a chip select. So G is output enable, I think, and that can be used as select signal. Chip enable, output enable, yeah. Okay, maybe we can try a +2 ROM in there then. That could be an idea to see if at least this odd behavior is going to vanish. So now we get some strange behavior, which I didn't suspect, because the first test seemed to show just a ROM problem, but let's see what it does now. Okay, so far so good. Oh, still it gives some ROM errors. And that's impossible because this ROM is a original +2 ROM. It should be perfectly fine in this board. Let me do a quick test without die card. Let's see what it says. It's completely messed up. So I wonder what's wrong with this board then. We have some bigger issues, it seems. Let me take a close look again and just think out loud. Alright. That's the last thing I can do because before having dinner. So, okay. Let me take a quick look at the work he did on the RAM chips. Where is my magnifier? I don't know. Okay. Okay, let me do a quick check. It has not been cleaned yet, so it could be good to make sure that there are no shorts there. I see some tiny solder blobs in between pins. I see a track that has been touched, so maybe the track has been damaged. I have to check that. Doesn't seem so, but I want to make sure. So that could be a reason, but I don't think so. Did I do something wrong with my solder job here with the ROM? No, I don't think so. So, well, what could be wrong then? Several things. We didn't get any RAM errors, so what could be wrong still is indeed the AY chip, or maybe the PCF chip, or maybe the ULA chip. So I have to check all of these, and maybe it's a good idea to first replace the capacitors because that is something I want to do anyway. So what I will do is I will replace the capacitors and test again just to make sure there's no influence from cheap capacitors here. Then I will remove the AY chip and see if we can find a problem with that. I will leave it out for to start with because you don't need it, as I said. Then if the problem still exists, then maybe the PCF chip has been damaged in some way, so I can get it out and get a replacement from another board, see if that works. There is a replicate for the PCF chip, PCF 1306 chip or ZX81. So it's not a problem taking it off another board because there are modern replacements for that. Same with the ULA chip obviously, but I hope that's still working. Nothing to see about it quite at this moment. So anyway, those are the things I will do, but not at this moment because I have to get downstairs and have some dinner. And I don't think I will be back this evening because I have some other stuff to do, but maybe, sorry, I will be back tomorrow because I have loads of repairs to do still, and I want to get them done. Right, this is my toast rack. Oh, nice. He'll fix it. We'll fix it indeed. Together we will, because I always like reading your chats, but not now because I have to get done, as I said. So I will be back tomorrow morning, I guess. I'm not sure if anyone is